Joy from joyslife.com, and we're coming up on the end of our 31 days of crafty and fall posts for the month of October, and I've had such a good time. I hope that you've enjoyed it too. And today I have a little friend. He's our guest host right here. Yeah, that's kind of creepy. Anyway, he took a little walk and ran right into my Gypsy a minute ago, so I figured he could help me with this cute little Hello Kitty card that I'm going to make using the Hello Kitty Greetings cartridge. Ta-da! So Hello Kitty can be spooky, and we're going to make her spooky. Look, he tried to take a walk there. Okay, let's get on with it. We're going to use the Gypsy today, too, so woohoo! Look, you can see my shadow of the Gypsy. Woo, woo. Here's the booklet from the Hello Kitty Greetings cartridge, and what I've done is, using my Gypsy, I'm going to weld together these two shadows, and then I'm going to put this is the close function. It says close in both little slots there, and I'm going to use this Happy Halloween, and then I'm going to put this lettering inside this, and I'm also going to use a bat. Let me show you that. Well, here's our cute bat. I mean, he is pretty cute for a bat. What I'm going to do here is use this part of the bat where it says close, close, and I'm also going to use the shadow of the bat. Now the shadow will leave a little area around the bat, and I'm going to do this in black, and I'll probably do that in a similar color blue to what you see here. If I were to use the blackout, that would completely match, for example, this shape here. A blackout would be completely covered by this. If I cut this, for example, at 4 inches and then put a blackout behind it, it's only going to be serving as a sort of base for this image. If you wanted any area to be showing around this image, you would use the shadow. Now, if I only use these pieces, they're pretty much going to fit inside shadow. They may even fit inside the blackout because it's not this whole image here. This image has these little lines in it to help you line these pieces up inside it easily. So that's a nice little feature. And the silhouette, I've used this before, it literally is just the outline of the bat. So you can do all kinds of different layers with the Hello Kitty cartridge. It's pretty fun. Okay, let's move on to the Gypsy. You may notice this little line across here. This is, I have my Gypsy actually sitting on a little stand, so that way I can show you things and not have to try to hold it at the same time. What I have here is the background that I told you about that was the shadow of the Hello Kitty thing that says Happy Halloween. On top is the shadow for the bat, and I've welded this together using my Gypsy. And let me show you, the weld thing is right here. You actually click on this, and then you click whatever you want to weld. Then you would go to the Advanced menu, hit this button here, and then the eye, and it'll show you how everything is welded. I have some videos on that, so we're just going to move on. I've labeled this area black because I want to cut it all out in black. Here's the yellow one. This is my next layer. Come on, yellow. Oh, okay, well, I'll show you how we can rename it. I've shown you this before. Well, where is it? Come on now. There we go. Yellow. Okay, I could name this anything. We could name it Joy's Halloween Show if we wanted to. Whatever you wanted to do. Then you would hit OK. But I'm going to hit cancel because I want to call it yellow so I'll know what color to cut it out in. Now I'm going to zoom in to show you the Happy Halloween big. Actually, I have to hit the screen. So what I did was press this button here, click the screen, and it'll make that image big. Okay, so now it says Happy Halloween, and that's what we're cutting in yellow. I think you're getting the hint here, how it works. Now I've got blue bat. Guess what color? Yes, blue. Okay. So now we'll move to orange. I don't know why it says, oh, orange Ven. Okay. The reason I've called this one orange Ven is to remind myself that I think I'm going to try doing orange vinyl on this card. So I'll make the card out of paper, and then I'm going to do the lettering, just this part of the lettering, in an orange vinyl. Alrighty, so what I need to do now is to click Load Mat, and I'll pick my mat up at the same time. It's very close to my Gypsy, so I'm just going to click Load Mat, and you hear that mat being loaded. And what I'm going to do here is, this is the black layer that I had where I'd had everything welded, and now I'll just hit Cut, and then it asks me if I'm sure about everything, the blade depth and all, and I am. So we'll hit Cut. So we're cutting and we're cutting, and this is the card base. And look, here's our little friend. He's watching out, being creepy for Halloween. And it's almost finished, and so we'll go ahead and remove that as soon as it finishes. Now I'll hit unload mat on the Gypsy, and that will unload our mat for us. Alrighty. So, there it is. Not very exciting. It's just the black base. I got a new mat here that's pretty sticky. So, I'll take this off, and then we'll move on to our next part. Here's the part we're ready to cut now. I noticed that I was going to do it in yellow, but I found this other sheet of paper, and is that just horrible? I can't decide. It might look good, so we're going to give it a shot. Alright, it's almost finished cutting out the Happy Halloween. Now it is done, and I'll unload the mat. Next, what I'm going to do is cut out the Happy Halloween lettering and vinyl, and we'll see how that looks. I think it should really make these areas pop. You know, right now, of course, you can barely see it because of all the dots and everything. And I hope that I've made some good color choices. There we go. Let's see how it's going to look so far. Basically, it's going to be like that. Now I'm going to need to score the little area here so that the card will bend nicely. And you can see I've got a few little bends in there. That's just from it sticking to the mat because that mat is so new. Alright. Yeah, that's going to be real cute. Alright, let me go get some vinyl. Okay, now I've got my vinyl just on my mat, and I'm cutting that out, doing just the Happy Halloween lettering. And you can see I just left this piece of paper on here. I can pull it off now. Don't you love double-sided paper? It's so great. It helps you a lot if you can't decide what goes with what, because normally, you know, the other side just matches fine. So you can just flip it over. Like that. So here we go. We're almost finished cutting. Now, if you have questions about how to use vinyl in your Cricut, I do have a whole DVD called Cricut Vinylology. So it'll teach you all about how to use vinyl just using your Cricut. And I use the Cricut Expression and the Baby Bug and the Gypsy and a bunch of different cartridges. So there's all kinds of information in there for you. But right now, let's get this finished. I'll go ahead and take it out and weed it, and we'll move on with our project. I've decided that I want to make a copy of this bat, so I've got the bat highlighted, and I'm going to hit the Advanced button, and then I just click that little thing right there, and that is a little copy button, and there's my other bat. Also, you see how complicated it all looks because it's got all the other layers showing? You just close those layers by tapping the eye on each layer, and it will close all those, so you don't have to try to figure out what you're looking at. You can just easily tell. So now I want to move this bat up just a tad so I don't use too much paper. Why I want to make two of these is because I'm going to, I think, pop one of them up bigger than the other one. So we'll just see. I want to take a look at how it is, and I could probably just do a shadow layer and then do this, but I'm just going to try this. So let's go ahead and cut it out. I'm going to go back to basic. Hello. Alright, and then hit that. Oh, I've got to load the mat. Okay, let me do that and I'll cut these bats out. Look how cute these little bats are. I just love the way they're cutting out. So cute. After cutting out both of those bat pieces, I decided to do something a little different. So this is the bat that you see right here. So that big one right there. And what I've done is go into the screen where I can hide his facial features. Let me show you what I've hidden. I hit show, and you see right there that's part of his face. It's in red. And if I hit hide, it'll make it go away. So I've done that to all the little pieces of his face because I don't need them to cut out. And now I'm going to go, whoops, back to the screen. There we go. And so there he is. And in the grayed out areas, let me zoom in a little so you can see. See those grayed areas? That is his face. And although you can still see it a bit, it's not going to cut out. So let's go to the mat and cut this piece out. And then we'll layer those other pieces on top. Alright, we've got everything cut out, and now I'm just going to use my ATG gun here to glue down Happy Halloween. So look at those bones on the back. They're so cute. Alright, so I'm just going to do this, and I love my ATG gun. Alright. Well, except you don't really want to drop your stuff while you're doing it because the ATG gun is very strong and will make your stuff stick to whatever it falls on. So we'll be careful not to get into that glue again. Alright, I was lucky that time. So now I'm just going to lay it down. Yay! Alright, there we go. Happy Halloween. And now the bat. What I'm going to do is stick the bat in there a little bit. And my card is kind of different. You open it like that. And what you can do here is, if you want to, you can cut out the same size in white of this paper, or shrink it just a little bit, and that way you can write in any color pen. This paper does have a little bit of texture to it, so if you wrote on it, it might be bumpy. But I like these little Signo, here we go, Uniball pens. They write great on black, so I might use that, but I'm not sure yet. So you have a lot of different options about how you finish the inside of your card. Well, let's go ahead and glue up the bat. Okay, now I'm just using some pop dots. I cut this one down because it was a little big, so you just use a pair of scissors to cut it in half, or to whatever size you need. And now I'm just going to stick, I've already removed the top part of it. Oops, it's a little sideways. I'm going to put his little bat tummy on there, and now one little bat wing. But I do need to remove the paper top. There we go. And now I'm sticking on the bat wing. Alright, well, I'll just finish this up and show you what it looks like. I thought you'd find this funny. I couldn't find the stickles I was looking for, so I dumped them all out. Anyway, I finally did locate them. I'm going to use stickles to decorate the bat. Here it is. Finally, I found them. Okay, I'm going to use these dark blue stickles. And so I'm just going to go around the edges of the bat. Actually, those stickles might not work either. And this is why I dumped them all out. I think I'll use these light blue ones. Alright, so let me outline. And what I also did was, you see the little white of the eyes there? I used that Signo pen to just draw them in. So that's kind of cool. He looks a little spooky. He's almost like zombie bat. Well, okay, there it is. I ended up using the waterfall stickles for the bat, so I thought that was a pretty good match. But I kind of like this card. I hope you like it too. There it is, all open. So you can still see the bat once you're reading your little message. And we've got the vinyl Happy Halloween. So that's kind of fun. So there are a lot of things that you can use that Hello Kitty cartridge for that aren't just Hello Kitty. Well, I hope you guys have a happy Halloween, and I hope you enjoyed the 31 days of fall and Halloween post on joyslife.com. See you later. I want my Gypsy. Woo!